Hey guys, it's episode number 26. Diddy Goops here. Let's get into a game. We're playing as black again. Oh, is this the Philippines? Perfect. I guess the flag. That means we're going to win. E4, and we're going to go with the French defense. Going into the French. Main line. And he's playing the advanced. Okay. Cool. Main line so far. This move sometimes throws people off, but I'm just going to bring this piece over here. And we're just playing normal chess. A3. I'm going to play C4 over here. And the idea with this about this move is, well, by playing A3, he's kind of just weakening his this B3 square. So I'm going to try my best to put a knight up there. This move makes sense. Yep. This move does make sense. And this is where I'm going to play Queen C7. Because if he tries to ever play something like this, we can take, and the C3 pawn will be hanging. So that's the idea with this move over here. And now the continuation. I think I can develop this knight over here, but maybe I want to play bishop e7. I think I'm going to go ahead and play bishop e7. This feels like a very natural move. And he's also I'm just getting this rook over, but at the same time, he's making room for this knight onto f1. Right now, if he ever moves this knight to f1, though, I should be happy with a move like knight to b3, and it's going to force something to go on over there. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and develop this knight as well. And yep, again, if he ever does something like this, takes, queen takes, we'd still have knight a5. And I think bishop d7 should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up bishop d7. And, okay, I'm going to go ahead, jump straight into that square. And I think I can take this bishop. I think it's good to take this bishop. Now we have the bishop pair. And I'm thinking of maybe just putting another bishop up there. Or another knight, sorry. And that should be a good move. So let's go ahead with that idea. If he lets us put it there, that's great. Goes ahead with the bishop. Interesting, because I can still go here if he takes. I'm going to take back, of course. And I'm going to have slightly weak pawns. But, how bad even is that? So we gotta think about this. Let's say if we go here, takes, we take back, and yeah, let's say he tries to put this knight over here. Do we just throw our bishop here? It doesn't feel like a very good square for this bishop, though. So I don't think I should go ahead with that idea. What I am thinking about is playing h5, though, because if he ever tries to come over here, we should be able to play h4. So I think I'm going to go ahead with this h5 move over here. And again, if he plays something like this, I'm happy to trade down. Okay, he also plays this move over here. Interesting. Okay. I think I would like to castle queenside, but I'm not exactly sure if my king's going to be safe on this side. Because he might have something like this, but takes, rook takes, and no, it does feel like it's going to be safe enough. He doesn't have any bishops either, so it's still a more close position. His knights are on this side of the board, so I think I should still be okay with this. Of course, if he ever does take, then I'm happy to do that. But this is going to be a bit of a weaker pawn for him, and maybe we're going to play king b1 and move this rook over here instead. But we'll find out very soon. But we got a position with opposite side castling, and we've got a bishop pair. It's not very useful just yet, but one of the ways that you do see this light square bishop come into the game is through e8. So you go e8 and then maybe play this move right here or something of the sort. But right now, of course, I don't want to just lose a piece. So, and by a piece I mean a pawn. So like maybe if I do end up playing bishop e8 here, and let's say it's our move again, and if we play it here, takes, can rook take here? That's the question that needs to be answered. Okay. So he brought the knight in. Interesting. Obviously, this pawn is very weak, so we might just have to play this. But we got to think about a way to actually kick away this knight as well. So if we ever do play something like this, don't want to lose this pawn right here. So that's something just to keep track of. So like here takes, we go here, and he takes, I take, queen takes. Yeah, it might not be the best idea. So just gotta keep an idea about on that. Bishop e8 doesn't work right here anymore because he'll just take. He might take this pawn in the future, and I don't know if that's great for us. But I think I'm going to have to move this rook over here. Makes sense. And I don't think that's a problem for us. So let's go ahead, right? We might end up playing something like this. Takes, and if he takes back, we take with the rook, maybe. Interesting move. Very interesting. So, like, if we take here, I don't expect this to take because then we actually just open up lines, and that's probably not very good for our opponent. If we take here and then queen takes, though, it does become a bit different. But I'm thinking of, yeah, this move, bit of a fork. So what exactly would he do? He either moves the knight back or he takes. So I could see him going here or taking. So if he takes, I think I'm going to take with the rook. And maybe we can set something up here for this pawn over here. That's an idea. But I think it's time to move because we got to make something happen, right? If he takes, we take with the rook. Let's take with the rook. And now, yep, we want to think about this move right here. Okay. He is not letting us go very easily. This pawn is going to be in trouble right now. And we probably just want to move this rook out somewhere so that we can at least take here and then open up lines like we want to do. But right now, moving this rook results in a pawn being dropped. If we go here, he might have this move right here, and that doesn't work either. And if we go here, of course, we just get forked anyways. So maybe the queen has to go here. And then we can move the rook down. So That's what I'm looking at right now. So we want to move this rook down and then maybe take. Hopefully take. But remember, the game is still very weird. It's very interesting that almost all of White's pieces just are still on the home rank. So it makes me feel like we have some sort of something going on for us, but it's hard to know. It's hard to tell. That's what I mean. Well, let's go ahead and see what White does. Let's remove the red squares because they're sort of distracting. Okay, and he moves the knight over. Interesting. Maybe he's looking to come into this square, which makes a whole lot of sense. We gotta think about something like this, but no, this still works out well for him. So doesn't look like it works good for us, unfortunately. And it looks like he might be getting a piece over here. So that would be really bad for us, I think. That's something that we might not be interested in. But let's say we go here. He goes over here, or let's go here. He goes here. Can we sack pieces? So takes. If he takes, maybe I take back, and then he's gonna take over here. We have check, and I don't see it working. So or maybe we have to go here. Maybe we do reroute. So yeah, let's go ahead and move this bishop over here, and let's try to do something, right? That's what we're here for. So we made it to this position. I guess we can go here and maybe not there, but go here. Maybe we go here. Takes, takes, rook takes. Or we just rest our piece over here. He's coming in and threatening to actually just go here. We go here, he would take. That might not be the best, but we can just go back, I guess. Let's go ahead and do that. But I must agree that this position just looks sort of crazy. If we take, let's see, there are ideas, but I think we can drop this in. Getting low on time again. Let's go here and take here. But my opponent's about to open up a lot of lines on my king, so good luck me. have to take. And let's scoot over. That might be a mouse slip, but let's go ahead with this move over here. Oh, wait. We also have this move. Let's take here. Check. Check again. And we might just be threatening to bring our rook here. Yep, let's do it. He has checked here. But do I just have this move? I don't see any more checks from him. If I go here, maybe that also works. But if I go here, I'm scared of like a check here. And then takes, check, and then I go back and just check here. And I don't want to end up in a perpetual. But right here, this looks really good for us. But we'll see how my opponent ends this. I'm going to go ahead and pre-move myself taking my own rook in case his queen takes, because that could be something that he just looks at. But we're in a time crunch once again. Okay, and he took the piece. No worries. It's a valid move. But I guess let's see what our opponent ends up doing. Go here, stopping this over here, and we gotta save this piece. Oh, and he hits us with that fork. No worries. I'm gonna put my piece over here. Oh no. Let's hope that doesn't get bad. Let's go here. And we actually have this fork, so if it works, it works. That move also just blundered a full knight, so there were multiple ways of winning. But we are in a completely won position. The only thing is that we have almost no time. We have it pre-moved, so we're not losing too much time. My opponent is thinking. He's taking his time, seeing if there's any tricks. He's probably seeing the clocks and it's like, oh, my opponent is on 22 seconds, so there's a chance that I mess this up like I've done in the past, and I guess in our recent videos we have been messing up a lot due to time. So it's very possible. But now my opponent's also under a minute. This time I do remember I have only 22 seconds, so I'm going to make sure that I'm moving quick. I'm not going to make any mistakes like last time, hopefully. But my opponent's running down his time very quickly now. He hasn't made a move in over a minute, I think. And we're about to secure a time advantage if he holds on for another 10 more seconds. Okay. 5 more seconds and we'll have a time advantage. And we've got a time advantage now. So I feel pretty good about this. And his timer's ticking down. Now I'm actually a little scared. Hopefully my internet didn't disconnect or something like that. And this, man, that would be really bad if like the server doesn't even know that I moved yet and was still running in my time. I'd have lost by now, but we'll find out very soon. If it gives us the message that we won, and it does. We won on time. Okay, we won. It says 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, and 0 missed wins, according to the very basic introductory game analysis thing. So we'll actually find out, because I don't know if I felt very good in this game. And yep, looking at this graph, which I cannot tell you why it is so miscolored. It wasn't a great game, but it was still cool. But let's see. So this is all book. C4 works, and going for that. Queen C7 is best, makes sense. And this is all still okay. Going to the square makes sense because he just moved his knight away, and I just traded away. That should be fine. And of course I'm going to try to prepare to get this other piece here. Okay, it doesn't like h5 very much. Interesting. I don't know why, but I guess... So he was supposed to play this move over here. So yeah, so one thing is that when you do play h5, you do give up a lot of control of the square, because oftentimes you do not want to play g6, or sorry, f6. So this can be a really good square for his knight, and we did see this in the very soon future that he does place his knight over here. So that's something that we have to keep mind of, I guess. But yeah, I ended up castling, and this is still all good. This is best moves. Okay, never mind. That's not a best move at all. But let's see. Where would this knight be going? So it wants us to move this knight over here. We got to think about, where is this knight going? And I guess like you go back here and you just want to bring this knight somewhere into the game. Somehow, somewhere into the game. And that's the only thing I can think of. With the bishop right here on this square, I guess we're not playing for this b3 square anymore. I'm not really sure. Let's look at the engine moves. Let's see what else is there. King b8 is there. That's more of a waiting move, but it works. Knight c6, of course, is top. Queen d8. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense, because I was scared of trading here because it doesn't actually open up any lines, and because his queen's just going to take back. But if we just add another attacker, so that when we do take, his queen takes, then we take, it does open up lines. So that's something that we should have seen, actually. Queen d8, yeah, that's a pretty good move. And then after queen d8, it says knight h2 is best, but then now just go ahead and take, and we open up some lines, and then we're going to be playing h4. And yep, he pushes to protect that, but yep, that's an interesting position for sure. That's something that we should have seen, and I think that's the move that I would have wanted to play. Knight c6, I'm still not very sure of because I don't understand the idea, but queen d8 is much better. So like queen d8, and I'll show you guys a line just so it's a bit more concrete. So we take, and he doesn't want to take with the pawn because then we can just open up lines. We still have our queen on the board, so we have good attacking opportunities. But if he takes with a queen, we take back. He takes with the pawn, and then we can play h4. And of course, if he takes, we're going to take back with the rook, and that's probably not great for him. So the engine likes g4, which is interesting. But yeah, I guess g4 makes sense because the king can ultimately just hide on h1, and the pawn shouldn't be able to be pushed too much. In the end game, his king would be inactive, so that would be a plus for us. But other than that, not very much. And of course, yeah, if he takes, we have rook activity because a rook's going to be an open file. We're going to be bringing in this other rook, and we're just going to be coming in taking stuff. So it's going to be awesome for us. So good thing he wouldn't have taken, hopefully. But that's queen d8 is a good move. I think that's what we should have played. S6 is a bit of a mistake because I guess we're blocking in our own bishop, and now our pieces are very uncoordinated. So obviously, bishop in d7 is just looking at a pawn. This is a bad bishop in the French opening because it's looking at your own pawn, so it's not very helpful. Our good bishop is blocked in by our own rook, so that doesn't work very well. And I brought my queen over here to see if we could protect this pawn more so we can actually retreat, but bishops, I can't tell you why bishop d6 is a good move. But it seems like that we don't really have too many moves to actually play. Knight c6 is still here, king b8, a6 is still here, and again, I feel like a6 is a completely waiting move. I don't know what it would be looking at. Maybe just so like in the future, if he tries to try to play this, we can maybe lock it up with a quick b5 and b5 a6. This should be pretty cool and locked up. But I can't tell you. Bishop d6. But we can for sure see why queen d6 is not a good move. And it's probably because our bishop is just looking at absolutely nothing. But we keep playing. He brings his piece there. And bishop g6 is a miss. It's a miss. It's a blunder because... Wait. Okay, we'll look at that soon. I want to see why it's like a blunder. But it says that we had this move, which is interesting. And I guess we're going to be playing for this square, but I can't tell you what exactly it's about. Bishop a4, and I feel like the idea of this move would be to come in with this, but right now he's actually threatening to play this, so we play rook d8 to stop that threat. Makes sense. Knight g to f7. Knight g to f7, coming in here. And it wants rook g8, but then he has this, and... Oh, but then... Wait. Yeah, so rook g8, he has knight d7, and we're kind of just losing. So I'm not really sure what queen g6 is about, or yeah, queen b6 is about. But let's see why this is a mistake, because apparently he can just take here, and if I take back, he gets the fork. So removing the defender of that square. So that's why he fortunately missed that. I played knight b3, which is okay, and it's going to open up lines for him, but luckily he's not very good and was able to screw it up quite royally, and we were able to get through. Oh, and actually here, I guess the engine likes queen takes g4 over queen takes c2 better. I can only imagine it's because this is somehow faster, but here, and then we would take the knight as well. And I guess we can bring in this bishop as well and get a checkmate going on. Cool stuff. Let's see where did we exactly make a mistake, right? Let's see. So I guess I'll click the next key move thing. I don't really care about this. This is still sort of in my book, and this is still all good. But h5 was a bad move because it gives him that square. So h5 is a nice idea because we're trying to kick away this piece, and of course, whenever your opponent has a minor piece on like g3, b3, g6, or b6, we try to push these side pawns, these flank pawns, because you want to kick them off. But it has a side effect, and the side effect is that you can't play h6 anymore and control these squares. So he's gonna get a really good square for his knight, and keep continuing to go on. We're opening up lines for our opponent, and reason we don't want to open up this line, I guess, is because this pawn cannot be protected by another pawn, so it will eventually be lost. But he also has a really strong knight. He's going to have a really strong other knight coming in, and this bishop is also going to be pretty cool. So he has really strong pieces, and we were forced to take with our rook. If we took with any other piece, we would lose this pawn right here. And he gets an active rook, so that would be pretty nice for him. But yeah, so that's why I ended up taking the rook, but I guess it starts to fall apart over here where we don't have a single best move until just taking back a piece. But we were able to get a win, luckily, after he blunders this. Rook c8 is a great move, actually. Interesting. But yeah, and then we were able to get through. So lucky for us, we were able to do that, but yeah, we got lucky, and this might have just been a mouse slip. Honestly, I think it was probably a mouse slip. I don't imagine. I can't see why our opponent would want to play this. It makes more sense that they would play this, especially because then we can't play rook c8 because they'll just be threatening mate. It just gets much more rough for us. So that's what would have happened, I guess, if he had played this move. Which, let's see, maybe the engine even says this is the best move. It does say it's the best move. Rook a to c1, and I would maybe have played just this move to see if we could get something going on here to protect this, but that actually just drops not just a bishop, but then the fork as well, so it doesn't work. Our pieces are very uncoordinated, with the rook blocking the bishop, and the queen also blocking the bishop, and this bishop is just forcing this rook to be here, so all around is just not a very good position, but that's not what happened, luckily. So, yeah. Cool. I think that should be all for this game. Interesting stuff. And I think, yeah, the biggest mistake, well, I guess the first mistake was the h5 move, wasn't it? Let me just confirm that once again. Yep, h5, giving giving this square away. And yeah, I guess it would. So it would rather have us a castle here, and then let's say he plays knight here. Now rook d to g8, and this is when you can push this pawn and this pawn and this pawn. But yeah, you want to start with this pushed pawn. What if you play something like this? Bishop e. Yep, this is where bishop e8 comes in because now it's protecting this. But then you have h6, then g5, and then just running it down over here. And yeah, it even gives black a slight edge. And the engine giving black a slight edge, especially in this kind of position, is impressive because usually the engine doesn't like close positions like the French for black. But here it's actually giving us a slight edge, so that means that we actually do have something to play for. And it's very evident with our two rooks just in the corner and about to just push these pawns straight up the white king's nose. So this would have been something that I should have played for rather than h5. Which just gave him a really strong knight. Because now here I will have h6 eventually. So like, let's say if he does a random move, well, I guess let's see, he plays the best move. Well, I guess knight f3 is the best move, but let's say he plays queen e3. We have h6 coming in. Yep, h6. He can go back, but then we should just have like g5, and we're just gonna start forcing everything down. Okay, it looks like g5 was actually a mistake because he has knight h2. It likes king b8, and I can't tell you why. I don't know. I don't know why it likes king b8. I don't know. But bishop d8 is interesting. Bishop d8 is interesting. Yeah. Putting your bishops onto these two squares is interesting, and I can only imagine is to get the queen in here, and then maybe we can push something. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, let's look at this line. So bishop d8, and then once knight d2 from white, and king b8 has to eventually be played, I guess. I'm not sure why exactly, but maybe in the future we would find out. Bishop g5. I see, like, then the bishop just comes out eventually anyways, and then f4 to kick the bishop around. So yeah, I can't tell you. I don't know. But, and actually over here, the bishop does end up back on e7. So yeah, black did provoke some weaknesses, but I don't know. Because it seems like the bishop does come back to the same position, and all of our pieces except for the king are on the same position as they were right here on our actual game board. So I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I was as good as the engine, but I don't know. Anyways, I think that's a really good lesson. h5. Don't play h5. Make sure that you're not giving black or your opponent a really strong knight. But yeah, that should be a good game for today. And we're back to 1980, so reversing one of the losses. Very nice. And yeah, I'll leave you with this position right here. Anyways, I think, yeah, I'll let you guys go. Have a good day. Bye-bye.